Welcome to Rosie Short Stories. Let's talk about one of the biggest lies people have been told for generations, that having money is a sin. And I'm going to say this straight because too many people have been living under guilt, confusion, and lack for no reason. It is not a sin to have money. It is not a sin to want your bills paid. It is not a sin to want food in your house or peace of mind. It is not a sin to want nice things as long as those things don't have you. The problem is not money. The problem is when money becomes your God. God wants to bless his children. He wants us to be the light in this world, that when folks see us, they desire what we have, and it's that light. I have never walked down the street and looked at a homeless person and say or thought, I want to be just like him or her. Not to be judging, just saying, let's talk real here today.
But now, I have seen folks with that glow, and it seems as if they have that Midas touch that turns everything they touch into gold. Just speaking in general, you get my point. See, people love to quote the part about the rich man and the eye of a needle, but they don't always go deeper.
The issue was never just having wealth. The issue is what wealth does to some people. It makes some people prideful. It makes some people greedy. It makes some people believe they no longer need God. It makes some people cold, selfish, and hungry for more and more and more, until nothing is ever enough. That is the danger, not the money, the heart, because money by itself is a tool. Money can help feed your children. Money can keep a roof over your head. Money can get you to work. Money can help you help somebody else. Money can create breathing room, and let's tell the truth. When you are drowning in stress, struggling to survive, worried about what you're going to eat, how you're going to make rent, how you're going to keep the lights on, it is hard to sit still and hear from God clearly. That kind of pressure will choke peace. It will choke joy. It will choke your focus. So no, God does not delight in watching his children live in lack and call it holiness. We have confused struggle with righteousness for too long. Especially in our community, we have got to stop acting like being broke makes you more spiritual. It doesn't. Being in survival mode all your life is not a badge of honor. It's exhausting. It's painful. And too many of us know exactly what that pain feels like. We know what it feels like to watch grown folks cry over bills. We know what it feels like to hear struggle in the walls of a house. We know what it feels like to go without and still have to smile. We know what it feels like to make something out of nothing. But just because we know struggle does not mean struggle is all God wants for us. And here's the part people need to hear. God not only provides needs, many times he also allows room for wants. Yes, wants. Not every desire is evil. Not every good thing is too much. Sometimes God will bless you beyond survival. Sometimes he will give you joy, beauty, comfort, rest, and things you prayed for because he is a good father. But it has to come from the right place, not greed, not vanity, not trying to flex, not trying to worship a lifestyle, not trying to prove something to people, but from a whole place, a grateful place, a responsible place, a place that says, Lord, if you bless me, I will still keep you first. Now let me give the problem and the solution, because people need both. The problem is that many people want the blessing, but not the responsibility. They want provision, but don't want discipline. They want overflow, but don't want obedience. They want God to move, but they won't move themselves. And that is not how this works. You cannot sit down on your gifts, ignore opportunities, refuse to work, refuse to grow, and then say God has abandoned you. At some point, we have to be honest. Faith is real, but so is responsibility. God gave you a mind. God gave you hands. God gave you strength. God gave you gifts. God gave you the ability to learn, build, create, serve, and work. Yes, salvation is free. Yes, his love is free. Yes, grace is free. But while we are here on this earth, we still have to do our part. If a person refuses to work, refuses to try, refuses wisdom, refuses accountability, then they cannot keep blaming heaven for what they are unwilling to handle on earth. And the solution is this: get up, pray, ask God for wisdom, ask God for discipline, ask God to clean up your desires, ask him to show you the difference between need, greed, and purpose. Then do your part. Work, save, learn, invest. Be responsible. Take care of your home. Take care of your children. Take care of your community. Be generous when you can. Be honest in how you earn. Be wise in how you spend. And keep God first while you do it. That is the solution. Not shame, not guilt, not pretending money is evil, but learning how to handle blessing without letting blessing handle you. And let me say this too. Be careful what you ask for. Everybody placed in your path is not sent by God. Some people come looking like answers and turn out to be distractions. That goes for relationships, business, friendships, all of it. God gives us wisdom and He gives us choice. So we have to use discernment. Everything that glitters is not heaven sent. Everything that feels good is not good for you. Everything that shows up with a smile did not come to bless you. So yes, pray. Yes, believe. Yes, trust God, but also pay attention. Also use wisdom. Also make sound choices. Because God will provide, He will meet needs. And many times, from a good place, He will even bless some of your wants. But you still have to carry wisdom with the blessing. That's the part a lot of people leave out. So no, having money is not a sin. Wanting better is not a sin. Wanting peace is not a sin. Wanting to live well is not a sin. The sin is when you put money before God. The sin is when greed takes over. The sin is when you make wealth your idol and lose your soul trying to hold on to things that were never meant to rule you. God wants more for you than survival, but He also wants maturity from you. He wants obedience from you. He wants stewardship from you. He wants discipline from you. So stop thinking lack makes you holy. And stop thinking blessing makes you guilty. Ask for wisdom. Do the work. Stay humble. Use discernment. Keep God first. And let the blessing flow the way it was meant to. Thank you for listening. Please follow, like, and share.